welcome to the Shot Clock Podcast with me, Jago. Today, I'm sitting down with Eanna, veteran at this stage, into his fourth season with the club, College of Idaho alumni, California native, the one, the only Jay Wills. Josh Wilson, welcome to the podcast. How's things, bro?
Good. Thanks for having me, Jago. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Look, I've been wanting to get you on a long time. Our schedules just keep, with all your coaching and all my coaching, we just keep missing each other. But It's funny, we always see each other at games. So, you know, we knew we'd eventually get to sit down. So here we are.
Yep.
And look, for everybody tuning in, we're sitting down on the eve of the Cup final. And we'll get into that later on. We'll get into Josh's thoughts and the whole lot about it. But let's take it way back to when you started first. Who, what, or why inspired you to pick up a basketball?
So pretty much I started playing basketball around the age of like 5, 6. And it was just pretty much an after school activity just to hang out with the older kids. So I have an older cousin who's 1 year older than me. And then I have another older cousin. She's female. She's 5 years older than I am. So it was pretty much after school when you finish kindergarten, we call it in the States, kindergarten. My mom was always late picking me up. So I would just walk over to my cousin's school, and then I would just be hanging out with her and her friends. And they pretty much taught me the game of basketball right outside elementary school. So
nice.
Yeah, pretty much. It was either that or do homework. So chose to do the basketball route instead.
You mentioned your mom there. Anybody who knows you or follows you on social media knows that pretty much your mom is your biggest fan. I was lucky enough to meet her. It was actually a game you missed. It was Eanna v DCU Saints Vincent's, now St. Vincent's, over in DCU back when I was a Vincent's player a couple of seasons ago. You were very, very ill with the flu.
Yep.
But your mom was there, and what I found amazing was she FaceTimed you for the whole game so you could tune into the game. Your mom is your number one fan. What a woman.
Yeah, she's she didn't even really like basketball too much until I started playing, and then she obviously, as a single mother, she gets invested in what her kids are choosing to do. So she was my first coach. She was always coaching all the kids, like all my friends that I still have to this day that we all grew up playing basketball together. She was they're either first, second, or third coach, and we all just learned the game pretty much together. So I've been playing basketball for the past 25 years, about 30. So she's been learning about the game of basketball for the past 25 years as well. So it's like, so she just loves that. She's able to still watch me play and be so close to somebody who's playing like the sport that she fell in love with. My whole family watches it. They all tune in every week. They leave comments. They call me after the game. They text me in our family group chat. They check in on everybody on the team. They just love watching, Eanna basketball, especially that I'm playing. So they just love it. They enjoyed it so much.
So there's going to be a big family watch party tomorrow night for the Cup final.
Of course, I think I know my mom, my aunt, my brother, sister, my cousin's going to watch it at their house, and then my grandmother watches all the games. My other aunt's going to watch it. Her son, my other cousin's going to watch it, and all my friends back home, for the most part, my immediate friends are going to watch it. I think they might go to my mom's house and go sit down, watch the game, maybe barbecue or something like that, and make it a big deal. Even though the game's at 12. So it probably won't be barbecue, but it'll be more so like maybe brunch food, like maybe some mimosas, stir the pot up a little bit, have some fun, and watch the game at the same time. So
nice. And the Blue fam gets to extend globally now. That's the other big thing.
Of course, they love it. But my mom and my aunt came over here. They how all the Eanna people, everybody who met them treated them so well and so nicely. Is like, still to this day, sits in my heart how they brought them in like they was family. They just met them. They just know them off Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and like reading their comments and stuff during the games. But just to even have them fly out here and like have special seats at the games, like getting rides to the games, getting rides back to the hotel. Even I wasn't even playing, and they still made sure they made it to the game, watched, make sure they was comfortable at the game, make sure they was able to get home, took them to eat, took them out for drinks and everything. So it was just like just an extension of a family back home. It's vice versa. If anybody ever comes to LA, me and my family, you're more than welcome to be with me and my family. We'll treat you just like family, like just like if you're in Ireland, like this would be the same thing back home with us. So just they really do enjoy Anna. They love it. I think they love Anna just as much as I do. So maybe even a little bit more. So they're like they're like, Josh, man, you gotta win. You gotta keep playing hard, keep doing your thing for, it's not just for you anymore. It's for all of the Aina people that support you, and they invest time with you. They invest their energy. They invest like the emotion with you. It's not just you anymore. It's bigger than just you playing basketball out there. It's like now you're doing it for family, like you would do for me, your aunts, and everything, but everybody back home. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is a thing about Aina basketball, and we'll get back onto it. But I've been involved with Aina through the years, or their predecessor when it was Notre Dame, and now onto the Aina family. And I've played with most of the committee, most of the coaches. Mark Reynolds is an ex-teammate of mine. Rob's obviously an ex-teammate of mine. But you always feel welcome in the Aina gym. If you're to go down there on your own, there's always somebody to sit with. Lately it's actually been Darren's wife Ruth. It's been me and her sitting together for a lot of the home games, and chatting. But like that family atmosphere that Aina bring, and I see it with you, and with Hillary and Ramon especially now, and Neil Lynch, I suppose, as like the elder statesman with Neil. But the rest of you guys during the warm-ups, I love that you come over to the kids,
Yeah.
and you high five them, and most of them through coaching or whatever, and you're talking to them. But the one thing I always loved about Ainan was after the games, you always acknowledged, no matter where you play, the team acknowledge the fans that have traveled.
100%.
Does that come down from Darren and his philosophies as a coach, or is it just that family atmosphere within the Aina club?
It's just the family atmosphere in the Aina club. I remember one game 2 years ago, we went down to a game. We had two people in the gym, I think. I forgot. I want to say it was James. James came to the game. James and his wife Lisa and Dean and the Kiernans came, and it was just them, and it was a bunch of other people in the gym from the other team, and we literally just applaud them, like, just for coming. Like, it's literally just the small things. Like this past weekend we played in Tralee, and Ronan came down, drove down, and Andrew, and it was just them two supporting the Aina in the gym. And Andrew was the loudest person in the gym over all of the Tralee supporters.
Andrew's the loudest person, no matter where he is.
No matter where he is, and then we even after we lost, we still clap. They tell Ronan, tell Andrew, thank you for coming to the game, everything. Like it's the family atmosphere. Like it's totally different from when you're going somewhere, and then like to see a familiar face playing. It's like it eases your mind no matter how many people are in the gym. So and that we travel actually really well. We always get some people at away games. So and some Dublin away games, we have more fans than the other team. So
yeah, I remember going to Colester about 3 years ago, and there was blue. The gym was bluer than black.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it was incredible, man. It was incredible.
100%. So I think it's more so just to show appreciation to the people who are supporting us, and they come, they cheer, and we always want to put on a good performance, win, lose, or draw. We want to put on a good performance for them to, like, you spend your money you spend diesel money, you spend money to get into the game. So we always want to put on a good performance for them. And I think it's more so it's like a Darren philosophy. Like ever since my first year here, we always applaud the fans. It could be 5 people in the gym. We're going to make sure we applaud our people that come and support us through and through, because we're down 20. Our fans are still cheering. We're up 20. They're still cheering. So, that's the least we could do is applaud them for after the game, or even how you were saying, going to talk to kids during the warm-ups and after the game, just acknowledging them. Like I coach all of them. I know all of them. So I need to acknowledge them before the game, talk to them, like, so that way it makes their experience playing basketball even better. So now when they get older, when they're 20, 25, they'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And it had this American, he was kind of goofy, but every time before the games, like he'd come, say hello, shake our hands, give us hugs. And that's this reason why I fell in love with the game of basketball, watching this, doing this, doing this. Like, that's why I think it's giving back to the next generation is the biggest thing for me. If I'm the American that's stuck up, walks around, doesn't give my time and effort into talking to the kids, talking to the parents, I'm not truly enjoying myself out here more so than me going to give all the parents hugs, saying hello to everybody, giving the kids hugs, messing with the kids. It's just enjoyable for the kids. For now, when they're growing up, they're falling more in love with the game of basketball, and they're seeing like you can play hard, you can work hard, but you can also have fun with it as well. So that's my biggest thing with all of it.
What I love about you, Josh, is you've a connection with the crowd. You really do. Like, I've been around the game too long at this stage, but to see, like you said, to see an American who's come in, you remind me of, a Puff,
Mm-hmm.
KT, Gerald Kennedy, the old boys, the old elder statesmen that are still here 20, 30 years later. You remind me of one of them because you do get involved. You've embraced life here. You don't put yourself on a pedestal. You're one of us.
Yeah.
But in the gym, when you're down, I can see it when you're playing that you're looking and you're looking at the kid in the front row who's paid his €5 in to watch you. And he sees, and you make that extra effort. You go for that extra loose ball. You take that shot, you whatever. But when something good happens, your first reaction is not to look to the bench for a reaction. You automatically turn to those kids.
Yeah.
And they just connect with you and they vibe with you and you vibe back, and it lifts that whole Eanna gym. The game against Star a couple of weeks ago, when you were down at halftime and I was there, I was like, man, this is a tough one to come back from. You'd lost Sean with his ankle early on. Marco was out. You were down to bare bones on the bench. Hillary got in early, probably not expecting to play minutes, but he came in early. I think you had 18 boards that game, as far as I can remember. But like, I just remember at one point you hit a shot and turning to the little kids right in the front row. And they jumped up like they were your family and they celebrated with you.
Yeah.
That connection, the energy through the gym. And all of a sudden you're chipping away and then Eanna go up. And once you guys get level or up, as loud as that gym is when you were down, it gets cranked up. It gets turned up again.
Yeah.
And the place goes crazy. But like directly after the game, you are straight over to those kids. And I just love the connection that you have with them. I really do. And as I said, it just reminds me of the old school Americans, the guys who are still walking around here 20 years, 40 years after the game. You're one of them to me. You're an old soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would, if you'd have played in the 80s and 90s, you'd still be here. You'd probably be married to an Irish girl. Your kid would be playing in an under-18 cup final. Whatever's going on. But like, that's what you remind me of. That's the guy you are. And if somebody said to me, Josh is going to stay next year with Eanna, or Josh is moving to Ireland full time, that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, true. No, that is true. I like to put on a show for the fans, because if they're going to spend their hard-earned money to come watch, you want them to be able to go home excited. Like, win or lose, like, it's not to me. Obviously you want to win, but I mean, winning and losing is a minimal. Is minimal, because you're always going to have another game afterwards. Not like it's the last game of the year, but it's the impact that you're making with the people who are there. That's everlasting. They're not going to talk about, well, we won this game 10 years from now. The kids are going to talk about, well, I remember this moment from this game. Josh did this. I don't know who won the game, but I know I remember this moment. I remember this moment. I remember this one. I remember just even after the Tralee game, after we beat them in the first round of the Cup, first thing I could do is go to the kids, and all the kids come give me hugs, looking. Those are the impactful moments. Even when I was younger, those are the impactful moments that I remember growing up playing basketball, watching the older kids play, and just for them to even be like, "Yo, Josh, how you doing?" Blah blah. For them to know my name, for them to give me handshakes, high fives, like it's a big deal. Like it's a big deal to me. It's like if I met Magic Johnson when I was real young. He doesn't know me from a can of paint, but for him to even stop and say hello, it's a big deal to me because it's Magic Johnson. Like it's totally different when like I'm some of these kids. That most of these kids look up to me. So if
Absolutely.
I'm too cool to go say hello to them, it might turn them off from playing basketball in the long run. Or they might, feel like they have to act a certain way to be productive in the game. No, like you could have fun, you can have a smile on your face. That's one thing I always try to do. Always have a smile on my face. No matter how I'm feeling, what's going on during the game, after the game. I might be mad as hell. But as soon as when the kids come up to me, quick smile on the face. No matter what's going on, because now it's more so impactful for the kid to see that than see me harping over something that I can't control, So, yeah. I love the kids.
Absolutely. Look, I've seen it firsthand. I've been lucky enough to watch it over the last 4 years, and seeing that relationship grow within the Eanna family and with you. And, it's funny because after games, I'm one of those kids who comes over and hugs you. a big hairy kid, but a kid nonetheless, because you put a smile on my face when I watch it. Look, we'll get back to our questions. 4 years with Eanna, a lot of teammates in that time. There's been a lot of changes over the 4 years.
Yeah.
But who is your favorite teammate and why?
No, I mean, I have a lot of favorite teammates, but like no one can replace Steph Zezevich because we started to grind together in National League. So no matter, he's on St. Vincent's now, no matter what, still my brother. But like we started the run of Eanna together. Like we came in same year together, National League. We grinded it out in the National League, going through things that I didn't think, what will happen, or things he didn't think would happen here, to set a standard for all the other imports that do come in. Like they're always going to be a level above what we came in doing, and what we came in having to do and figure stuff out on our own, and pretty much get not thrown into the wolves, but pretty much like a rebuild process where Darren's a new coach. They have a whole new system, new scheme. We're all learning the whole things together, like on what to do with the imports. How do we not treat them, because they always treat us well, but how do we do X, Y, and Z with them? It's a funny story. Me and Steph's first year, we went to Limerick for a preseason tournament, and we ended up winning the preseason tournament. Whatever, we were staying overnight. And so the manager at the time was like, "Oh, you guys have to pay for diesel. Like you have to pay for diesel." So I'm looking like, well, I'm an import. I shouldn't have to pay to come out here or to come play these games. Like, or then they asked, we need to pay for the accommodation as well. So I'm sitting there, well, me and Steph looking at each other like confused, like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you guys brought us out here to play. Like we didn't, whatever the case may be, but. Like just going from that to where we're at now, it's a huge gap, and like Steph to me is like my biggest teammate because of where we started and to now where Eanna's at now, to be able to have a 6-bedroom house, have six people living in the house. Like it's grown tremendously. Like from the first day we got here to now, as a big part of it is me, Steph, Hillary, that first core. Neil, Dan, that first core group that was together is like, you can't replace it. I just know me and Steph went through a lot together that first year, and he can't be replaced in my opinion. No matter who comes in, who's around, anything like that. Steph is my favorite team, along with other people, but like Steph is a special place in my heart. So, because me and him went through it the first year together, so.
It's great to still see him come to games when he can as well.
Of course. I'm trying to get him to
come to the house when he can as well.
Yeah, he comes over all the time. He loves it over here still.
So look, 4 years in the National League or 4 years in Ireland, you know, you've had National League and then Super League. Who's the toughest person you've had to guard? And then on the flip side, who was the player that you hate guarding you in games? I'd say you've seen them all over the last 4 years.
Yeah, the hardest person for me to guard probably would have been the person who gives me the most problems is probably Paul Dick. Paul Dick we have had some good battles over the past 3 years, especially that first Super League year, because he didn't play the second year because he was hurt. But the first Super League year when he was with Chile, and we played him 3 times. We played him once at Chile, and then in the Cup semis. Him, Jonathan Jean, for the past 2 years, been a nightmare for everybody, not just me, but
He's a
been
pro.
a nightmare for everybody. He's a pro. Donovan this year gave me some problems. Yeah, a lot of guys. There's been a lot of good guards out here that have been really good. And then the first year from Mary, when we was up in Super League, I forget his name, but he was an ex-G League guy. He's from California as well. I forget him. He was really good too. He's long, could shoot it, athletic. Like he was a matchup problem as well. So, but there's been a couple guys, but Paul Dick probably my toughest matchup to match up with, because normally I could use my size and my length to, like, even like Jonathan, I could face guard him and he can't, like, it's hard for him to get open because of my size, my length. I'm bigger than him. I could corral him. With Paul, like, Paul's an inch taller than me, inch or two taller than me, same length. He's strong, like, so it's kind of, he's like one of he's probably the hardest matchup I've had out here in Ireland as far as me guarding him. And then the person who guards me the best in the past 4 years is Sean Briggs from Belfast Star.
Yeah.
Same thing like Paul. Like, Paul plays really good defense as well, but Sean's long, he's athletic, he's big, tall, and he's real active with his hands. And it's crazy because we always talk about it. We're like, yeah, Sean. I'm like, I don't know what it is about Sean. Like, everybody else is cool, that's all right, but he's like, it's the activity with his hands. He's bigger than me, he's stronger, he's longer than me. So that matchup has been always kind of a tricky one for me for the past 2 years. So yeah.
Yeah, some good players, all right.
Yeah.
So, as we said, we're on the eve of the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Any superstitions before, that you have before games, or day before, or day of, or are you just a go with the flow kind of guy?
Pretty much just go with the flow. Like, we'll probably get up. I have coaching tomorrow morning, so most Saturdays I coach in the morning.
Such an Irish thing, isn't it? You have a cup final that is like, yeah, I got to coach.
I gotta go coach. Gotta go coach early in the morning. So I do individual sessions in the morning on Saturday. So I do it every Saturday. So no need to change it if I've been doing it every Saturday. So get up early, coach, come back, rest for a little bit. Me and my housemates play cards all day. So we playing different card games, just relaxing. We'll probably watch the game of whoever we're playing that day. So, and then mostly always have to, SNS before the game. So shit, shower, shave before the game. So then that's the one thing I have to do before the game. Shit and shower. That's the one thing that I will say is one superstition. If I don't feel right about my time and I didn't shower before the game or anything like that, I feel off for whatever reason. So that's the one thing, shit and shower. Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, tomorrow is cup final day. How are you guys looking? How's Darren? I've been listening to Darren. I've been listening to Sean on the radio. I saw Big Des on TVAM or whatever it's called now. All these superstars. Josh is just sitting in the background chilling. How are you guys looking for tomorrow? Well, this is coming out tomorrow morning, so how are you guys looking for tonight?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. I think we had a good Tuesday, good practice. We got good shooting on Wednesday, and then we got a good practice on Thursday. So I know everybody's mentally ready, like, just mentally, physically ready. Getting some guys back. Hopefully, we'll know probably today or tomorrow morning. So trying to figure out who's all going to be in a rotation, who's not going to be in a rotation. And yeah, but we're ready. Like, we're really excited. The club's really excited. I know it's going to be a sea of blue in the gym.
Absolutely.
So I think we done sold so many tickets, unbelievable. So I know Sea of Blue's gonna be a gym. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be rocking. I think once the game starts, I think everybody's nerves will go down. So and then we, at that point, it's just playing basketball, doing what we've been doing for our whole lives. So yeah, I think everybody's ready for the most part. So just little tweaks here and there as far as before the game, shoot around, like getting adjusted to the court, getting adjusted to the rims, because most places in Ireland don't have the open gym where in the back where your trajectory for your shot might be a little off. So just getting adjusted to that before the games, and I think we'll be good. We'll be good tomorrow. Just try to play our best. Leave it all out on the court, and just see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna shout out to James Kiernan because I promised I would. As always, he came through with tickets for me.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Keane hooking me up as usual, and then and James not letting me down when it came to the family ticket. So James, we appreciate you. I was down in the Eanna gym last night. T-shirts, face tattoos. We got foam fingers. Like, yeah, Sea of Blue. I remember the 2020 Cup final when it was you and Temple Oak. It was 3/4 blue and a quarter red, and
yeah,
I'm reckoning tomorrow is going to be, just the same. And that Eanna crowd are raucous. They're as loud as. So yeah, I'm like delighted that I got tickets. I cannot wait, and I know doing the podcast I'm supposed to remain impartial. But let's go Eanna.
Let's go Eanna. Let's Blue Fam. # Blue Fam. Let's go Eanna.
# Blue Fam. Yeah, it's going to be all over tomorrow. Anyway, look, we get back to this again. Fave kicks to play in. What's your favorite shoe to play in of all time? If they were making a J Wills PE edition, what are you wearing?
Probably some Kobe's. Kobe 4s through 6s. So Kobe 4 through 6s. That's what my high school shoe I played in. So any Kobe's really, RIP, but any Kobe's really. So love them. Just love the low top feel. Love how elusive they are, how light they are. And Kobe was my favorite player growing up. So it's like, it's Kobe. Like, can't.
It's funny you saying that, because when you were talking earlier on about, kids coming to pay their money, and it's that famous Kobe quote came into my head at the time where when they asked why doesn't he take nights off, and he said,
yeah,
because I don't know who in that gym has saved all their money to come and watch me play, so I have to play. And that when you were talking earlier, that's exactly what was going through my head, was like the whole Kobe quote. Was like, oh my God, Josh is just like, it's just quoting Kobe here. But yeah, it's amazing that he's your favorite player then as well, which is
100%. Growing up in LA, it was Kobe town. Like especially me in '90s. I'm 93, so being able to see Kobe get in the league 96, I don't really know too much about basketball. Them 3, 4, 5, but then seeing the Lakers go three-peat from 2000, 2003, I'm about going on to 10, like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm learning more, watching the games with my family. Watching Robert Horry beat the Kings with a Shaq tip out, watching Shaq go down against the Pacers, and Kobe stepping up, and just Kobe was just everything to me growing up in basketball, because felt like it was so close to home, because he was playing for the Lakers, he was playing for my favorite team, playing in LA. You got the star power, like everything. It was everything. Like, so just Kobe shoes are unbeatable in my eyes. Nothing will ever surpass a good pair of Kobe's. So,
what are you playing in now?
Right now I'm playing Paul George's, but I've been meaning to get. I have a pair of Kobe's, Kobe 6s. I've been meaning to get them glued, because the sole of the shoe is coming off, because they're like old shoes. So they came out in 2011, 2012. So they're like real old. So the glue came off, and I wore them when I came out here this year, and I wore them in practice. The glue came off. I've been meaning to get them fixed, but with all the coaching and ripping around, I've been able to.
You got no time.
Yeah. So, but I wish I could play them tomorrow. but I'm gonna save him for a game this year, a special game. So I'm gonna save him for a special game this year.
Cool. So going back to that Kobe thing, who's the GOAT? Are we going Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron? Or somebody else?
Like Michael Jordan was a little bit before my time. So, I mean, it's right in that same era, but I didn't really understand too much basketball at the time. So, growing up, I always thought Kobe was the GOAT. Then, but watching Bron play, and my basketball mind, like MJ's great. Like MJ's, top 3, but MJ's not my era. So it's totally different. I would have to go back and watch thousands and thousands of film on Michael Jordan to even catch up to how that endless hours I've watched on Kobe and LeBron. My heart was go with Kobe, but just me being a basketball player, complete basketball player. And LeBron is, points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. He guards the best players. Like, it's totally different watching LeBron play because he impacts the game on so many other levels other than just scoring or other than just rebounding, other than just making good basketball reads and stuff like that. Like, he impacts the game on every asset. So it's totally different. So I'm going Bron, GOAT, and I'm going MJ 2 and Kobe 3. So, and Shaq is definitely somewhere right there, somewhere up there too. So
yeah, he was different.
Yeah, totally different. Totally different. Totally different.
There's nothing like him. So look, you and 4 others going to a pickup game. Who are you taking?
Everybody, anybody?
You can go teammates, go whoever. You're Josh. You can do what you like.
Out of teammates, we're going pickup game. Outside on the blacktop, me, Ramon. I have to have 6. Des, Marco, Sean, Kiki, Neil, Hillary, Scott.
Yeah, you're just taking the Eanna team. Just take the team.
I'm taking the whole Eanna team. Alex,
okay.
We're bringing them all. I can't just pick one. Can't just pick 5. I'm bringing all of them.
Right, so let's change lanes. Top 5 musical artists of all time.
That's actually a good one. We go me. I'm a big Drake person, so Drake is in my top 5. Chris Brown. We got just off of the culture. We just off of impact alone. Michael Jackson. Me. I grew up on the Temptations with my mom and everybody. So
nice.
Little old school, little Motown.
Of course, your mom was Motown.
Of course. those some Motown there. And then I'll go. What got me through middle school and everything's Lil Wayne.
Nice. That's a decent 5, man. That's a decent.
I got a good mix in there. Good mix and match in there.
So you're the DJ. What 3 songs are we warming up to?
Oh, I think most people know. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have the Party in the USA or the Climb in there by Miley Cyrus, which is crazy to say during a warm up. But me personally, I like relaxing music. I like real relax. That's gonna give me chill vibe. So we got Party in USA or in the Climb by Miley Cyrus. We got Wait for It by Drake and Future. And then we'll go. Oh, that third song is tricky. I don't know. We'll go Lil Baby, and we'll go Freestyle by Lil Baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good Lil Baby's out of my comfort zone. I had Noah Thomason on. I had Zaria Shaver on from Ryder and from Niagara after the NCAA games here, and they were like, "Oh, little baby," and I'm going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and I'm like googling over here, who's
little baby. My God, little baby, man.
Like, is that after House of Pain? Like, yeah.
My God, little baby. It's great.
You're doing a lot of coaching, as we know. You're impacting lives every day, which is an amazing thing to be able to say that you do, and probably, growing up, you never thought you'd be in a position to impact the amount of lives that you do. But what advice would you give to a 16-year-old Josh if you were sitting down with him?
Just keep following your dreams, pretty much. Like, don't ever let nobody tell you can't do something. Just keep going, and don't be too cool or try to fit in too much to impress others that you lose yourself. Just continue to strive for the goal and continue to just keep working, no matter what nobody else is doing. Focus on yourself. At the end of the day, that's all you could do is worry about yourself. You can't worry about what nobody else has or what they're doing or where they're at in life. Just stay the course.
Excellent advice. So, dead or alive, 5 dinner guests, friends, family, or famous. Who is sitting down with Josh for dinner?
We're going Kobe Bean. We'll go Martin Luther King. We'll go Floyd Mayweather. Barack Obama. And I'll say we need some laughter in there. We'll go Kevin Hart. Or Shaq. Or Shaq. Shaq could be there too.
Yeah, we go 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. That's a solid pick.
Yeah,
so are we getting takeout or is Josh cooking?
Surprisingly, I actually do cook a fair bit. But it's nothing like getting home and just being able to order some food and the food comes to you. That is nothing like it. Nothing like you can order the food and the food be there in 20 minutes. Then you sit there, have to figure out what you're gonna make, prep it, and then cook it. Then afterwards, the eating is like you have to stand there and actually do it. It's nothing like somebody else making your food for you and then they bringing it to you. But yeah,
Gosh,
so
it doesn't happen to me very often. Being a chef, I don't get that
yeah.
I don't get that luxury. I'm normally the one standing at the stove.
Yeah, you're always cooking. You always stand at the stove cooking.
You know what? To be fair, I have to give a shout out to my wonderful partner Erica, who cooks more than I do, which is hilarious. Because she knows if I'm not been cooking all day and work, there's no way I'm coming home to cook again.
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah, she does put up some nice dishes a couple of days a week. So yeah, I'm lucky that way. But yeah,
takeaway. I grew up on takeaway. My mom and stuff didn't really cook. Out of her, we're not getting it. It's something that's got to be on the way.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Did somebody say just eat? Yes, they did.
Yeah, hey, that is true. Definitely a good takeaway. You can't beat a good takeaway.
Look, we're down to our last question. Look, best of luck for today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever people are listening to this. We're going to either be looking forward to the game or we'll be post game, one way or the other. I will have a beer with you in Ballybowden St. Enda's. That was one of the abiding memories of the 2020 Cup final, was your speech when we all got back to Bowden. It was one of those, if it wasn't recorded and if you weren't there, it didn't happen. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, Josh did bring a tear to my eye that night. I've no problem saying it now. But yeah, like just the emotion that night after that loss, and the honesty between the whole group was just incredible. Hopefully tomorrow or tonight, whenever, we're going to be having a beer with that cup sitting right between all of us.
100%.
I can't see why not, because that your team are just stacked out. Like every position, you have it everywhere, and being led by some fantastic coaches like Darren.
Yeah.
He's like a cerebral assassin. He's just, as much as possible, he doesn't get phased, but like every time he does, it's strategic. Any technical I've ever seen Darren take, it's just strategic technical. It's brilliant. If you can call it a technical brilliant, and having Rob there with that amount of cup experience, and just Rob being Rob, Dave Doran with his beautiful flowing locks. That's to the mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to getting a beer with you tomorrow. Win or lose, it doesn't. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. Of course, it matters. It's the cup final. It's the biggest day in Irish basketball. But look, we'll have a point either way. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate your time, especially on cup final eve. I appreciate everything you do with the kids from Fairhouse, with my kids from Knights as well. You're such an available person. You're always at the end of the phone if somebody needs you, which I love. Give yourself a quick plug. If anybody's looking for extra lessons or whatever, we'll link your camps at the end of the podcast to make sure people can get in touch with you. And hopefully grow that as well. Because look, if you can learn from Josh, you're doing a good thing. You're definitely coming away with a different perspective on basketball. So yeah. Best of luck with that coaching as well. Last question, Josh. Who would you like to see on the podcast?
We'll go my brother from UCD, Jonathan Jean.
If you can hook me up, we will do that soon, brother.
I got you. Jay.
Top man. Fair play, Josh. Look, best of luck. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get some rest. And I will talk to you hopefully with a gold medal around your neck tomorrow evening.
Let's go in a blue fam.
All
right, thank you, Jacob.
Cheers, Josh, man. Appreciate it.